Here we are, Wakefield Park, in a day one, Friday afternoon. It's been an interesting day for me. We got rained out in the first session, and it was mixed conditions, so we just decided not to worry about it. And but this afternoon it's dried out, and we went out on an old tyre in the first session, and basically just rode the bike without the test. And this place gets pretty dirty when it rains, so we just got the session done and just got laps and built into it. And we didn't change the bike a lot in the first session. And that last session, session 3, we put a new tyre in, and we just wanted to try dropping the rear of the bike a little bit. And we done that, and didn't really make it much better. It made it a little bit too heavy on the change of direction, and so we changed back, and I just went out and tried to get some clear laps because it's been pretty busy. And I just got some clear laps and got you wind up around Wakefield Park and got a flyer in, and I think 8-0, and then thought, okay, we've got a clear track now, because I've seen the crew was 3 turns in front of me, and I'm not going to catch that in 5 laps. So I tried to put my head down, but just struggling with a bit of rear grip. I'm guessing since the rain Friday afternoon, not a lot of rubber down yet, and just the rear walking a little bit, and probably just pushing it a bit too hard too early, and generally you pick the bike up and you find a bit of grip with the Pirelli tyre, but it just kept floating, and all I could picture was Jamie's high side here at the test the other week, and so I hung off the inside of the bike quite a lot, and luckily it didn't flick me over the top. It just didn't high side me. It just flicked the bike around and flicked me over the front, and had a pretty soft landing. So just a silly mistake for me, really pushing a bit too hard on Friday. But no injuries, and the bike's pretty good, so ready to go for tomorrow.
Shoot. Yeah, look, first session obviously this morning went, it was mixed conditions and all the riders were out there, but we had a new bike. We just wanted to make sure our wet bike ran, because there's been a lot of stuff and changes. We're on the 16R1 now, and so just wanted to run both bikes, so we were dried enough to run the dry bike there at the end. And then the second session, I don't know, we just trying a few things, just didn't quite have it right, I don't think. A little bit me, a little bit of the bike, and had a plan in our mind for ages, and we finally got the parts to try that where I wanted to run the bike, and we did it then in the end. And we're fast at the start on a second hand on the harder of the 2 option tyres, and then put the softer of the 2 options in, because the sun came out here at Goulburn this afternoon, and we managed to get close to Troy. We all know how good Troy is and the Honda is here, and he's good everywhere, but exceptionally good here. So we just got to keep working away and try to close that gap down to Troy. Obviously Glenn's fast, there's plenty of fast guys, and they're only going to get faster and faster as the race day comes.
Today was good. Pretty happy. Like I just said, the mechanics, the lap times are pretty good. So considering we had some rain this morning, and I don't think that we got through enough testing when we were here. And the tyre option that we have, we're still trying to figure out which one to use. So that session then, I tried both, and I'm still undecided. Wayne tried both then, and he said, one was a little bit better than the other one, but I'm not quite sure which way we're going to go with the tyre, as far as which compound we're going to pick. But we made some massive changes from the second session to the third session, and we went, I think we went 0.4 faster, which is a massive improvement. But the other guys like Wayne and Troy went a little bit quicker than me then. So but I think if I had a time when I put the tyre in the order in which I put the tyre in, because I started with the soft one first and went to the medium, and Wayne went the other way, and you saw a jump in his lap time then because he went medium and then soft, so he got an improvement. I think I could have done the same thing. So I'm pretty happy with where we're at. Obviously it's going to be hard to chase Troy, but that session just showed that to ride at that speed that we're at, you're going to make mistakes, and Troy fell down, so it's just goes to show how close to the limit we are.
Shoot, it was pretty good. I was a bit hesitant at the start of the session. I haven't really been feeling comfortable on the bike lately, but I'm starting to get around that, starting to get my confidence back. The crash after Phillip Island wasn't ideal, but it's just trying to float with this track. I've had some good wins here, and I've had some bad race meetings here, but my pace is getting better every time we go out. But it's not really ideal. I'd like to be in the 57s with the tops with my 2 teammates and Troy, but
just got to settle with what we are, and I've worked out a couple of lines where I was slow. I followed Glenn around the track for a little bit, and sort of opened my eyes up to my old lines. So I was a fair bit off my apexes, so I've got them down pat now. So now I just need to put them all together and put it all together for qualifying.
Yes, I'm really happy how today finished. We managed to put down quite a quick lap in the final practice then. I knew we had the setup to do it that session then. We had a new tyre in, and I think we've got a little bit more left in the tank. The guys at the front are going exceptionally fast, but I've got to remember this is my first time here on a superbike, and slowly but surely we'll close that gap and get a bit closer to the front, but I'm happy with top 5 for the end of day 1.
Shoot.
Today was good with the DesmoSport Ducati team. Worked through a lot of suspension settings and electronic settings as well with the bike, and made some good progress. I think the overall lap time isn't obviously as quick as the guys at the front, but I think there's a lot of room for improvement, and there's potential there for the Ducati around this circuit. And hopefully tomorrow in qualifying I'll be able to get a lot more laps in and start bringing lap times down.
Actually, not an easy day to jump straight on a new bike, a track I haven't ridden since I was probably 16 years old, so everything's been quite difficult to jump on the bike and learn the track and try and get up to speed with these other guys that have already been on their bikes for a long time and been racing around here for a long time. So these guys are already fast straight away. But yeah, so far I think we're not too far off their speed, just within those 2 sessions. We missed that first session this morning because of rain, so that sort of has held me back a bit. I think if we had one more session, we'd be right on pace with these guys. So not too far off now, but bike feels good, and just need to try and set it up for me, because obviously Jamie's weight and style is, I think, quite different to mine, so the bike is not set up to how I really like the bike to be. So trying to change that and try and get it set up before we qualify tomorrow, and yeah, but so far so good. Bike looks good, team work well, so it's a good environment to be in.
First day of practice here at ASBK Round 2 has been a pretty tough day, but also positive. We've ridden in 2 of the practice sessions today, put in some good laps, and yeah, starting to improve on the bike and get a good feeling out of the knobby underwear Suzuki GSX-R 1000. Still plenty of room for improvement, so we'll keep working on it for qualifying tomorrow.